Thank you, Des. My God. This guy is so amazing. I've known him for a few years. Where he's come from and where he's at now and where he's going is incredible. I so admire him. Now, I've only got 10 minutes to speak to you, so I can't spend any longer praising Des. I've got quite a bit to get through in 10 minutes. And this talk, or 10-minute talk, I plan will change your life massively. It will bring you in touch with the relationship, and it will make you wealthy. And I'm going to do all that in 10 minutes. However, I have to say I can't achieve all that in 10 minutes. So the first thing, or one thing I'm going to try and persuade you to do, is come and join me on the web for 50 minutes. I can do a lot more in 50 minutes with you on the web than I can do in 10 minutes. This is a free webinar, and it's going to change your life. So this webinar will particularly allow you to develop whatever mindset you want to develop. I hope it makes sense to you that mindset is massively important in all of our lives. If you had Branson's mindset or Helen Mirren's mindset or anyone else you admire and is successful's mindset, do you think you would know you would be incredibly successful and get whatever you want out of life? Absolutely. You can develop those mindsets. I am going to tell you how to do that if you join me on a 50-minute webinar. I'm going to tell you how to get access to that within this 10 minutes, I hope. But it's a little cheeky because in that 50-minute webinar, I'm also going to try and persuade you to join me on another 50-minute webinar. In that second webinar, I'm going to make you hugely resilient. Resilience is as vital in life, in my opinion, as being powerful, confident, effective, and all of those things. If you are highly resilient, nothing will ever faze you in life. I've been massively resilient for the last 25 years at least. I've never, in fact, in the last 20 years, I can't remember having a negative thought about anything. Nothing has ever fazed me. I'm the most resilient person I know, and I want you to join me. Hands up if you know what it means, an expression called accepting what is. Put your hand up if you know what that means, accepting what is. There's a few of you. Okay. And put your hands up again if you would agree with me that having the ability to accept what is all the time is massively important and would hugely change anyone's life if they were able to do that all the time. Put your hands up again. The same people, actually more people, believe it or not. So some of you didn't put your hands up first time, so you don't know what it means, but you're pretty sure it's important. So it is massively important. And furthermore, I would say that everyone here, if they join me on that second webinar, will learn to do that and will be doing it for the rest of your life, and it'll have a massive effect on your life. Tell me, put your hands up if you know about the philosophy of determinism. There's 2 hands up. Interesting. If you join me, you will learn about the philosophy of determinism, and you will use it every day for the rest of your life. That's a promise. And it will make you massively resilient. So there's 2 things you need to know. You need to know about accepting what is, and you need to know about determinism. And it will be the most life-changing thing you will ever learn. And you'll need to join me on a couple of webinars in order to learn all of those things. If you stay with me, I'll teach you all about relationship skills, which will make a huge difference in your life. And I'll make you very powerful, give you lots of power tools. I will totally remove fear from your life. You will never experience fear again if you stick with me on these few webinars. So I'm going to keep on trying to persuade you to join me on that because it's really important. Once you've done that, okay, your life will have changed quite dramatically, and as mine did all those years ago. By the way, I had no more than what's in these few webinars to massively change my life. It was actually back in my late 20s, believe it or not, a little bit more than 30 years ago now. So the same will happen to you. And it took me a few weeks to do that. And the same will happen to you. So do join me on these webinars. I had a piece of luck recently. Somebody saw my training, this webinar training. Very famous guy, incredibly wealthy, one of the wealthiest guys in the world, and a well-known philanthropist. He will not yet let me tell you his name, but he has, not only did I change his life, he contacted me and said, that webinar series which you're going to see totally changed his life. Didn't make him more wealthy. He's already one of the wealthiest guys in the world. If you do it, it will make you much more wealthy. So, but it didn't do that for him. But it massively changed his life, and you'll see on my website, if you look at it, all the testimonials from well-known people who have done this training, okay, which you will do. All right. He has now changed my life because he's using his wealth to achieve something that he thinks should happen. He thinks everyone in the world should see this training, which is quite a, you know, a nice thing for him to say about my training, but he believes everyone should see it. Of course, I agree with him. And now I know, having dealt with him now for a while, that everyone will see it. There's 5 billion people in the world over 15 years old. We are determined that every single one of those people is going to see this training. Now, he says we're clearly going to need an army of people in order to help us to get this training to 5 billion people, and that's true. And I thought, well, all we need to do is get the training to enough people who so believe in it, which you will do when you see it, that they'll join us in helping us to get the training to everyone. And this is going to be worldwide, of course. He agreed, and I agreed, and we obviously said, yeah, we need to create an army of people. But he said something that I didn't initially agree with, but I now do. He said, look, people are busy. Even when they've seen the training and it's changed their lives, they're not necessarily going to join us to spread the training unless they are incentivized to do so. He is going to incentivize you massively to join us to spread this training. And he's going to do that by making you wealthy. The effect is going to be quite extraordinary. There's 5 billion people will pay on average about $20 for this training worldwide. That's going to generate $100 billion. 50% of that will be paid to you guys and others that are going to join us who are going to help us spread the training. And the amount that you'll earn by doing that, if you stick with me, will be huge. This guy has developed some mechanisms to help you spread the training, and those mechanisms are amazing. You will be introduced to all of them when you complete the training, which I know you will do, and join me, and you'll find out about these mechanisms. You will help us spread the training with only a few hours of your time, and you will become wealthy as a result. I'll give you one example. He's got one mechanism that will take you about half an hour to implement and will almost certainly put $200,000 into your bank account. Not everyone will be able to do this. You're early on in this project, and therefore you will have the ability to make that kind of money with half an hour of your time by using this guy's technique. And you will be able to do that more than once, by the way. He's got the whole thing fathomed out, and I know absolutely what's going to happen now. You guys are very, very early in the process of spreading, of first of all doing this, not doing this training, thousands of people have done it already, so you're not unique, but you're going to be very early in the process of using this guy's techniques to spread the training, and you will become very wealthy. There's, in the people, 50 billion, okay, $50 billion will go to people. That will be spread in this way. 1,000 people will make about 10 million. 10,000 will make $1 million. I think that will include most of you if you join me now. 40,000 will make $500,000. 200,000 will make 50,000, and 1 million people will make 10,000. And that adds up to over 1 million people that will be involved in this process. So do not miss this opportunity. And by the way, relationship skills will be covered in the training, and you will find a relationship. The other 50 billion, by the way, is going to be spent on projects to change the world. Projects to remove poverty, projects to remove conflict in the world and change the world dramatically. And he's gung-ho for that to happen, and so am I. And so you will be able to participate in those projects if you wish to. Won't make you any more money, but you'll be very excited about what we got in mind. And so one step at a time. Do the free webinar, understand what you're going to get out of it, do the rest of the webinars. There's only another five webinars, and then join us on spreading the training, become wealthy, and then you'll be interested in joining us on the projects. That's it. Okay, my time's up.